woman's sister was murdered in downtown Muskegon 3 years ago, which was tragic and traumatic.
Yet relatives say you would not have known it looking at Laura Sanchez's bank account, which remained open, covering expenses after her death. Her family contacted the 13 Help team, and our Charlie Tinker was able to help.
A family rocked by violent crime.
A deadly stabbing in Muskegon over the weekend.
And the questions swirling around the young victim's estate.
Angry is too light of a word.
That only fueled their grief.
And they don't care. You know, they don't care who they lose. I'm the oldest of 6.
Merelda's 4 younger brothers would come later.
There's 9 years difference.
Growing up, waiting and wishing for what she felt had been missing.
Every year I wanted a sister.
After years of begging her parents, little Laura's arrival came as a surprise.
I remember feeling like, oh my God, I just had a sister. You know, I'm gonna be like a big sister. And I loved that kid. She was just so adventurous, so go do it. You know, nothing's gonna stop her. Like, brave for being so young. And I worried about her, and she used to say, I'll be okay.
One woman is dead after an overnight stabbing in Muskegon. Police say it happened around 1:30 this morning on Western Avenue.
She observed a person slashing tires. She was the type of person that if you're gonna do something wrong, she's gonna address it. And so then he murdered her. He fatally stabbed her.
Trying to do the right thing, just like that, Laura was gone.
Grief will put you in a fog. You're just surviving.
Then the added heartache of looking after the life Laura had left behind. Managing her estate, Merelda was named her late sister's personal representative and began contacting different banks.
A lot of the financial institutions were really good about contacting me and saying, hey, come on in. I'd come in, I'd show them my license, I'd show them my paperwork.
PNC Bank was on her list. When a month went by without an answer to her letter, Merelda says she tried calling instead.
And I received no response again.
Confused and frustrated because of the responsiveness she'd got with the other banks, Merelda called her sister's former employer for guidance.
And then they contacted me and they said, yeah, Laura's payroll was deposited to PNC account number. I'm thinking, there we go.
So Merelda tried a third time to get someone on the phone. After forcing her to submit new documents, Merelda says a PNC employee told her she would need to establish an estate account in order to access Laura's information.
So we did what they told me.
Shocked to find her sister's account had stayed open and active even after she sent in the death certificate. Her statement showing DoorDash and Hulu had racked up more than $1,000 in subscription fees. Merelda tried to get a refund.
And they said, well, you can't do that. You closed Laura's account. I said, you told me to close Laura's account. If you would have told me this, I wouldn't have closed the account.
And because she says she sent the documentation way back in March of last year, Merelda feels the missing money, at least part of it, should be the bank's responsibility.
I felt like they just wanted it to pass, maybe to make me, maybe they didn't think that I would follow up all this time, but she's my sister. She's my little sister. I'm not just going to let it go.
A little sister with a big impact that went well beyond Laura's limited years, giving what she had whenever she could to the folks in her orbit, even as Merelda discovered on the last day of her sister's life.
She had donated to Gift of Life. So it's not like that was just her being, you know, she wanted to give. That was part of what made her special, you know.
Merelda says she got understanding practically everywhere else, just not from this bank. The guy who picked up the media line at PNC said, we'll dig into it. That was about 2 weeks ago. We just got this statement in the last hour. The bank works to address individual needs, but, quote, we cannot comment on specific accounts. Hulu never responded to us. A lot of the credit, I'll tell you, actually goes to DoorDash, which responded right away, found the account, offered a full refund. That is still in progress, so we will update you, but certainly actual tangible progress, and they are thankful for that. If you need help with something, just contact the 13 Help team by calling 616-559-1313 or send an email to help@13onyourside.com.